You know what? I should just do like a should just do a Fire Emblem Three Houses character tier list like right off the bat, so that way we could just get this done and over with, and everyone can know who I like and dislike immediately. All right, you know what? Yeah, we'll pause. We'll pause in this real quick. Hang on. All right, let's do this. Is this in alphabetical order? Seems like it. Okay, there's gonna be a few characters I don't have an opinion on, so I think I might have to do a no opinion tier. Let's do that real quick. Hang on. I'm gonna need one more where it's just no opinion, because there seems to be a few characters in here that I just don't have an opinion on. No opinion. There are some characters in here that I don't even know why they're on here, because who the fuck cares? Alright. We'll just start from the top. Actually, you know, let's just get this done real quick. Alright. Alright, I'm kidding. I think male Byleth is pretty decent. I just think female Byleth is better. I prefer the voice. I prefer the design. Why do I forget his name? He's literally like the main bad guy of the DLC, and I genuinely don't remember his name at all right now. What the fuck is this guy's name? Alright. Alfric. There we go. Alright. Alfric. I think he was a pretty interesting character. I feel like if the DLC was longer, I feel like they could have made him a little more cooler and more, like, not as, like, rushed. But I would overall say he was a pretty decent villain for what the story was trying to go for. What? Alright, so Alfric, I would say, is... He's a good villain, though. I'm trying to figure out how I want to, like, really rate this, because I think he's a great villain, but he's a little rushed. I think I'm gonna put him in B. I think B's fitting. I don't have an opinion. I think he's a D. Anna just has legacy. I think Anna just has a legacy where I feel like I like her because of the legacy that she has. But like in the game, she's just kind of okay. But because of her legacy, I'm gonna put her in the S tier. Cause this is technically Anna just in general, and she has legacy. Actually, I'm gonna put Anna in A. She has legacy. If we were talking Awakening Anna, it'd be S, but Three Houses Anna I think is just okay. So I'm gonna put her, because of the legacy, I'll put her in A. Annette. God, this tier list is gonna get me so much hate. I can feel it. Annette for me, she was good. She didn't bother me, but like I never really had strong opinions of Annette, which is kind of where my issue is. I just don't really have too much opinion on Annette as a whole, which makes me like not really want to put her very high. But like I'm trying to think of like, I mean, I guess I can still move people around. I'm not like, they're not locked in here. So if I feel like I want to switch it up, okay, I am so ready to get so much hate for this next one. But I think Ash is a very annoying, boring character. I do not like this character. He's boring. I don't care about him because I feel like he's supposed to be this cool, heroic boy. He feels like more boring Deku, if that makes sense. He feels like he could have been the main character to this game if they didn't want an Avatar character, you know? He feels like he could have been the boring, princely main character, but they wanted a Avatar character, so that's why Ash wasn't the main character. But he feels like he could have been. And that's the only reason I don't want to put Ash anywhere higher than that, because I just think he's very boring. Nothing resonated with me from him. So that's the big reason why I don't want to put. I think he's just a boring character. There's nothing that really makes him interesting to me. I refuse to put male Byleth in Byleth tier. Byleth tier. Okay, fine. You know what? You want to play this? Female Byleth. No, you know what? Better yet, I got a better one. Girl Byleth. Something about saying girl Byleth feels weirder. Balthus for me, I would say I like him more than Annette. And okay, see, I'm already gonna start redoing this. See, the only reason male Byleth is it, you know what? Fuck it, he's in C now. You know what? No opinion. You know why? Because I like female Byleth and I only use female Byleth. And I don't hate male Byleth, like, desperately. I don't hate male Byleth, but I also just don't care. Because I have female Byleth who I prefer. So I'm just going to put him in no opinion. Because I'm honestly indifferent. I don't mind his design. I think it's good in contrast to female, but I just prefer female Byleth so much more. So it's not that I hate male Byleth, it's just I overly prefer female Byleth. So I think no opinion is fine, because it's better than putting him in average for no reason. Okay. So I would say Balthus is B, because I do like him, but I don't love him. Bernadetta. Again, one of those characters everyone loves. But I just don't. I don't love her, but I do like her. I do like Bernie. I think Bernie has charm and like this weird like kind of like protect your little sister kind of charm that I like. I do not see her romantically at all though. I just don't see her as a romantic interest at all. But I do think she's cute in regards of I must protect. So I think I'm gonna put her in B tier right next to Balthus. Caspar is alright here. I don't know if there's Caspar fans because I don't see him nearly as up there as like a lot of other characters. But Caspar is easily my least favorite character in this game. Easily. Okay, anyway. Catherine. Here's the thing. I can't help it, but what his design is... Juno, you're just gonna talk through Discord and just be a part of it. Anyway. Catherine to me... See, the problem with Catherine, right, is I can't help but compare Catherine to Shamir because they kind of have like the same role in a lot of ways. And I think Shamir is just so much better than Catherine. I think Shamir is way more interesting than Catherine is. I think Catherine's honestly pretty damn boring. So for me, Catherine is right next to Alois. Because I never explained Alois. Alois, I think, is just kind of boring too. And his whole thing is he just makes dad jokes. And he yells. And that's it. And I was just... He's okay. He has his charm, but I don't really think he's a great character. Okay. Now we're starting to get some characters I actually have an opinion on. Claude is an easy S tier. I already talked about it in a video, which I don't know if that video is going to go up first or this video is going to go up first. Probably the other video will go first. But I already talked about it. Claude has so much charm. Claude has so much charm where I can't help but like him. He just radiates like a bro energy, you know? He just feels like a guy I would take to a bar like when I'm having a bad day, and he'd probably cheer me up somehow. Like a perfect wingman as well. Like Claude is just a bro to me. I just think Claude's a really dope character, and I think he's an easy S tier. I think he's probably my favorite out of the three leaders. Edelgard close second. So you know where I just kind of spoiled where Edelgard's going, but I'll talk more about her when we get there. Constance. Okay, so my opinion on Constance has changed a few times. So the whole gimmick with Constance is when she's in shade, she acts like her true self, and when she's in sunlight, she acts like a more depressed, belittling person. Not belittling. humble. She's like extremely depressed and humble, right? I like both versions, and I think the comedy of her switching, depending on where she is and where the sunlight is and shit, I think is actually kind of funny and charming. And I like the main personality that Constance has, is this arrogance and wanting to build up her lost house. I'm obviously talking spoilers here, but this game's old enough where I think I can get away with it and still play the game. So Constance, to me, Constance is another S tier. I think at first I could not stand Constance. I thought her whole arrogance and like prim and proper shit was just really annoying. But then she slowly started to grow on me, and then I watched her and Happy's. Her name is Happy, right? Cool, I was right. Happy, her and Happy's like, what is it called again? Is it it's not social link. What is it called in the game? I'm starting to mix Persona 5 and fucking Fire Emblem Three Houses up now. Support conversations, right? Support conversations. Oh, thank God. I think her and Happy support conversations. Thank God I figured that shit out. Her and Happy support conversations definitely made her like a better character in my eyes, because I feel like she has this like this part of herself that doesn't mind being like I think she has like a lot of charm. I think she has like this nice side of her as well that I really like. Like her and Happy's relationship, I loved it, and their support conversation. So Constance, I'll stop talking about her. Constance is an S tier. No opinion, because she's just a villain that comes and goes. I liked Kronia, but I mean, it's kind of hard to put Kronia anywhere high up, considering she doesn't last long. It's hard to put her in anywhere, because it's like, I do like her as a villain, but she doesn't last long. Spoilers. It's but I do like that she's like this psycho kinda, and that she just, she does this thing where, no opinion. Mostly because it's, you know what? No. Average. I'll put her in C. Boring character. Don't really need to explain myself. He doesn't do much unless if you recruit him, and even then, he's still kind of boring. I just don't care. He's just a character. He's just a simp. That's his character. He simps. This is another B tier. I like Dimitri a lot, but he's just this nice prince dude up until the time skip, and then he's kind of cool in a time skip, and I do think his character is really interesting. But for me personally, I just didn't resonate too hard with it. I did like it a lot, but I didn't resonate with it or him as much as like I resonated with like Claude, for instance. Dorothea is an easy S tier. Her and another character is, and besides Byleth, I don't count Byleth when I'm talking about this. Dorothea and another character that we'll eventually get to is my favorite waifus in the game. But we'll talk about the other one. Dorothea, I just think she has a lot of charm, and while you're playing through her route, or while you talk to her through the game, I think she is one of the most like sympathetic characters, to be honest, because she's having a hard time through the war and like having to deal with the war aspect, of course, because she's not really a warrior. So she's having a really hard time mentally, and you can see that as time goes on. And she's very like, I think she's a very sympathetic character, and I think she has a lot of charm. I know that's like the key word, right, today is charm, but I think she has a lot of charm, a lot of spunk. So she's an easy S tier. Love her. Dedue is right next to Dimitri with me, because they kind of go hand in hand a lot for me, where I like them both a lot, but nothing really resonates too much with me personally, but I do think their character arcs and their story, I think, is pretty good. No opinion. Okay, here we go. Alright, Edelgard. When the game first came out, Edelgard was the one I was the most excited for in terms of like waifu potential, right? And just character potential in general. Because she was kind of like the main character in a lot of ways. Because she, like, in the first trailer, she was like the only one who talked. And at that point, Christina V was her voice actress, which then changed to... God, I'm forgetting her name. I think it's Tara... It's not Strong, right? Is it Tara Strong? No, I don't think it's Tara Strong. Well, I know it's like... Fucking... Nah, no, I'm blanking on her name, actually. Alright. Whatever. It changed to some other girl that plays Yuri in Spider-Man and what was the other role that she was recently in that I really liked her in? She wasn't in Final Fantasy VII. What was she in? I recognized her in something, but I don't remember what it was now. She was in Persona 3. She played Mitsuru. Anyway, I know who I'm talking about. I just kind of forget like what her name is right now. Sorry. But Edelgard was kind of like the main character in a lot of ways for a while. Until, you know, you find out later on that, I mean, she still is the main character, but she's good. I think she's a really good character. I think her route is very interesting. I think she's a really interesting backstory as well. You know what? She's an S tier. She's an S tier. Because she's a huge reason why I got into this game. Because of the way she seemed in all the trailers. And I do love her design as well. And I like, you know, the little hair color thing that you know. I like her backstory, her lore. I like the part she plays in the story. I think she's great. Her route's a little at times, but I still enjoyed her route for the most part. So I'm gonna put her at S tier. I think she's great. Speaking of S tiers, we're gonna have to put Felix in there because I would say besides Claude, Felix is probably my favorite male character in this game. I think Felix has like he is kind of like Caspar in the way that they like fighting. And they're all about like brawling and being strong and stuff. But Felix comes off a lot better about it for me because he feels like this silent warrior type.
Oh, what the hell?
Oh, hi Plex. I'm currently streaming. Hence why I'm in a different Discord call.
Oh. Should I like leave?
That's up to you. I'm currently doing a Fire Emblem Three Houses character tier list.
Oh, I have no say.
Yeah. Alright, we'll talk later.
Alright, later.
Bye-bye. Alright, didn't see that one coming. Anyway. What was I saying? Yeah, he's like a warrior type, but he's like more silent about it. And also I feel like his interactions with other characters, like, I think if you don't do his support conversations, I don't think Felix is all that interesting. But I think what makes Felix a good character is the support conversations with characters like Dimitri, and I think he has one with Dedue, and even like the more funnier ones like with Lysithea. I think you definitely see a charm from Felix that I really really dig actually. Even if he is like a big like warrior stereotype kind of character that like Caspar also kind of like is, but I feel like Felix isn't as meat-headed. Ferdinand von Eyre. Besides the meme, I think he's kind of mid. I don't really dig the character too much. I honestly would probably put him in the C tier, right above Kronia. Kronia, you know what? I'm actually gonna put Kronia somewhere else. I'm gonna put Kronia in D tier, because Kronia doesn't last very long. Spoilers. But I do think Kronia is a cool villain. But that's pretty much it. Again, I mean, I can't really talk about this without going into spoilers. But let's just say he's a certain character that's also on this list. His secret identity is a character on this list, and It's a good twist. Sadly, it was spoiled for me, but it's a good twist. It's just, you know, like, this character is just another character, but, you know, it's more of a mystery. And I would move them, but, I mean, this persona of them is not really that, you know, it's fine. It's a little edgy, but it's fine. Flame. Okay, Flame... Flame is... Where would I put Flame, man? I like Flame, but I don't know how far... Alright, no, I know where I'm going to put Flame. I'm going to put Flame in B. I think she's just a cute character with good lore. But that's kind of where it ends. Her story's decent. Her support conversations are decent. I think overall she's... No, you know what? I know. I'm putting her in C. She's just decent. She's not overwhelmingly spectacular or this super cool character. She's just okay. She's alright. I have no opinion. She serves a part, but not very big. She's just kind of there for the most part. Gilbert goes in the Alois section for me. I like Gilbert, but that being said, he's just kind of this cool dad figure, like veteran knight kind of thing. I don't mind him, but he's not like over the top for me. No opinion. Honestly, it's just, I'm not even gonna really talk about it too much. He's just a D tier. Man, I keep looking at Kronia and I'm like, do I really want to put her in D? Because she doesn't really do much. We'll just do this. She's the one I have the most opinion about out of all these characters, I guess, is how I can look at it. Happy is an S tier. Actually, I would put Happy in front of these three. Happy's gimmick is good. Happy's character dynamics with other characters is great, like I mentioned with Constance earlier, and then I even like Happy's support conversations with Byleth and with Balthus, and even Yuri. I think they have like a cute support conversation. I think like her like attitude towards the church, I think, is different and cool. I think her backstory is good. I think her character dynamic, I think I said that already, is good. I like her personality a lot. I just think Happy's a really good character, and she's easily going to be an S tier. Speaking of S tiers, Hilda is an easy S tier. Here's the thing. I do have Dorothea in front of Hilda, but I don't really think this matters. I think I could easily flip these two, and I wouldn't really think too much on it. Because I do think Hilda and Dorothea, for me, are the best waifus in the game. But I don't really have a favorite over the other. Because I like them both for different reasons. Now let me tell you why I like Hilda. Hilda is lazy. That's her big thing, is that she's lazy and she likes to make other people do her work. But she's also extremely caring. She's, even though she doesn't want to put in the work, she will if she has to, like her support with Marianne, for instance, where Marianne can't order shit. She can't handle like ordering or really doing chores in general, so Hilda has to step up and be like this big sister and do the work anyway, and then slowly teach Marianne how to do it. And I think it's a really, I just think I like Hilda's like femininity. I don't know if that's the right word I want to use. Again, magic word of this whole tier list. I like her charm. I like her, I guess, femininity. I don't know if that's the word I want to use. So I'll go with that for now, but I don't know if that's the word I want to use. I like her personality of like, work, because I can relate. She's like, effort. But she'll do it if she has to, and I kind of relate to that. She resonates a lot, but I see Dorothea as more like a I kind of relate to Hilda in a lot of ways, and not entirely, but I can kind of relate to her to an extent, while Dorothea is kind of like this character that, like, I see as, I mean, I'm gonna keep it in simple terms, as I see in a waifu, I'm gonna move on from that though, because then I might start simping, which I've already done plenty. Hubert. Okay, so this is when people are gonna question me, but I would actually think I would give Hubert an A tier. I think I'd give Hubert an A tier for me. He's edgy as hell, don't get me wrong. He's super, super edgy. He's supposed to be this nice, sinister, dark character. And it is edgy, and it's even more edgy than like what I prefer. But what I like about him is, yes, he's an ultra simp for Edelgard, but I like the relationship they have. Not romantically, but like the backstory of why Hubert does care for Edelgard as much as he does, and even some of the other interactions he has with other characters like Bernadetta. Who else has like a really good interaction? I think he has a pretty good interaction with Caspar, from what I remember. I could be wrong on that though. It's been a long time since I've actually like sat through the support conversations with these characters. But yeah. I think he has a lot of charm to him, where like even though he is this edgy character that just doesn't really like do too much, I can still kind of like him for what he does do. So that's why I'm gonna just put him in A tier. Ignatz, ooh boy, F tier again. I would say I like him more than the other three in here. But Ignatz is another kind of character where he's supposed to be this nice, sweet dude who likes painting, and is kind of like this nice heroically, not heroic, but like kind of, you know, like he'll do the right thing kind of character, and he's okay, but it's the same feeling I get from Ash, where I just don't care. I just don't resonate with him at all. I just don't care. He's a good boy, but that's kind of where it ends for me. I would say Ingrid is probably above Ferdinand. I like Ingrid. I think Ingrid has good things. I like that her dynamic with Felix, Dimitri, and Sylvain, being like this kind of sister mediator kind of character. But that's kind of where it goes from there. That's kind of the extent. No opinion. Gerald. Gerald's a good dad. Gerald is a good dad. That is pretty much the extent. Gerald is a high C, because I think he plays a really good role, and that's what's important, at least. So I would put him there. I would put Yuritsa probably like right here, because he's fine. That's kind of it for me. He's fine. From what I do know of this character, Judith, that's her name, Judith. From what I do know of Judith, I actually really like Judith a lot. But the problem is you don't really get too much of her. But I would probably put her above. I would say these two are probably about the same, but I'll just put Judith in front. Again, a villain that just doesn't matter. Another character I don't really have an opinion on. Another character I don't have an opinion on. Ooh, Leonie. Yeah. Alright, here's my reason, right? And I am extremely petty when it comes to Leonie. I will fully admit. You know why I don't like Leonie? She's overly competitive with Byleth for no reason. Like, Byleth doesn't care. she does not care. She barely pays a second thought to this weird competitiveness that Leonie has with Gerald. And Leonie, it feels like Leonie is trying to be my dad's daughter instead of me. And it's just like, bitch, know your place. Like, it's this weird, like, competitiveness of being, like, when you first talk to her, right? Not the first time, but, like, on the first day of the game, where you finally get to move around the monastery for other than just trying to, you know, learn about the houses. One of the things she says to you is that I could beat anyone, or I'll beat anyone, and that includes you, Professor. And I'm just like, bro, you don't even stand a damn chance. Like, learn your role, bitch. It's just like, the fact that that's one of the first things she says to you, I'm just like, bro, that is such a horrible, like, impression to make. And then from there, she doesn't get much better. She gets a little better, but she doesn't get much better. And she kind of just stays this kind of, like, boring, like, I want to be better than pretty much anyone, but it really mainly goes at Byleth. And I'm just like, yeah, learn your role. Yeah, get away from me. Linhard. Linhard's an easy A. Linhard is also a mood. Yeah, more no opinions from me. Wait, who is this guy, actually? I don't even know who this is. So that's probably bad. I at least know who the rest of these people are. Well, actually, maybe not you. But, like, I don't remember these two at all. Okay, Lawrence, I'm not even going to talk about this one. Lawrence is an F. I don't know. He's just kind of annoying. He's annoying, prim and proper, trying to, like, you know, put everyone, romance everyone. It's just like, ugh. At least Sylvain's open about what he's doing, right? It's just like, Lawrence, chill, just get out of here. Lysithea, that's another A tier. Actually, you know what? I'll even say S tier. I think Lysithea is an S tier character. Lysithea is she's the youngest character in the game. Not that that is what's swaying me, but I'm just describing what her character is. She's smart. A big part of her story is that she is on a time crunch. If you know, you know. She likes sweets, and she's embarrassed, and she really doesn't want to be called a child, considering she's younger than everybody. She has this weird thing where she wants to be on equal footing and not be less just because she's young. And she's just cute. She's cute, smart, extremely good in the game. And I'm talking like gameplay wise. And she's just, it's not even charm. I'm not even gonna say charm this time. It's not even charm. It's like this weird, like, I just understand her, you know? I get it, right? Manuela is probably my favorite out of these, but I would say probably F tier still. Actually, no. I'll give her more than Catherine, because I at least feel something when it comes to Manuela. I don't really care about Catherine at all. Marianne is an A tier. But like she's good. Speaking of good, fucking what's her name again? Why am I blanking? Because I actually like her, but I'm like blanking on her. Maribel, right? Maribel? That's not Mary. It's not Maribel. That's Awakening. What's her name? Oh, Mercedes. There we go. Mercedes. Jesus. I actually really like Mercedes, despite forgetting her name. But I don't know why. But Maribel was the only thing in my head. But I actually do like Mercedes a lot. She's just her whole character, honestly, is that she supports the church. She's a church lady, and she's extremely sweet. That's her character, and it's kind of hard to be mad at that. She's just a sweetheart. That's it. You're the guy who comes in with the dues, so I actually recognize you, so you can stay at least above them. Speaking of character I recognize, you can at least stay behind him. Although I actually kind of like his character a little bit more, so we'll just put him up here. No, in front of you. There you go. Yeah. I'm pretty sure you're just supposed to be the mystery girl in the Ashen Wolves in the Abyss. I don't remember what they called you exactly, but I mean you're fine. But like again, no opinion. Yeah, that's another no opinion. Villain, ain't it? Just a villain. He's just a bad guy. That's his character. He's just a bad guy. We'll just put him right behind Cronia. It's kind of hard to be like have any feelings towards him. He's just a bad guy. He's just a bad dude. That's his character. You're just supposed to dislike him because he's a villain. That's kind of it. I don't hate him. I mean, I hate him because they want me to, but like I don't like him. He's just a villain. That's it. He's just bad. Bad guy. Speaking of an S tier character, let's just put Gatekeeper up there. Why don't we? Let's just put you right there as well. I mean, you talked to him once. What do you want me to say? At least gatekeeper you talk to every single goddamn day if you want to. I'm gonna ignore these. Actually, let's just get this out of the way. I'm not gonna touch this. Cause this honestly means nothing. Okay, Petra is a great character. Yeah, I'd put her right next to Lysithea. I like them both pretty equally. Actually, you know what? I would in fact put them above Felix. Petra is... Here we go again. Magic word of the day. Charming. I'm gonna have to just like tally up the amount of times I say charming for a character. We'll see what we get at the end. Her whole thing is she doesn't know proper English. She's learning English. She's also a warrior from a different land, and she's cute, ain't she? Cute, ain't it? She's just cute. She's cute. She's another sweetheart. She's a good fighter. She cares about the people around her. Overall, she's just alright. She's great. She's good. We'll just put the siblings next to each other. Yeah. Raphael's just a muscle meathead. He's just a meathead, muscle boy. Death Knight. Yeah. Rhea. Okay. Rhea is an interesting case. We're almost done. Holy shit. Rhea is an interesting case. Cause she's good, then she's not, then she is, then she's not, then she is. So it's kind of hard to rate Rhea for me. She's got hips for days, that's for sure. She plays her role perfectly, I think. She's got a great voice actor, Jeremy Lee, one of the best, one of my faves. She serves her role perfectly. I think she's a pretty decent character overall. I wouldn't say S tier. Probably say A. I'd probably say one of the best in A too. Actually, you know what? I'm actually gonna put Balthus over here. I actually think he's good. Actually, no, yeah, no. I'm gonna keep Balthus where he is, and I'm also gonna move Hubert down too. What was his name? I think it started with... No, it didn't start with an F. What was it? Oh, Rodrigue. That's his name. Rodrigue. I didn't have to look that one up. Rodrigue, right? Rodrigue is another good character. I really like Rodrigue, but I don't know if I would put him extremely high. I'd probably put him about here. Because I think he's another, in Blue Lions, he serves his role perfectly. I think he's a pretty interesting character. He's like this kind of cool father figure for, you know, I mean, he's actually Felix's father, and I think he's a good father figure for Dimitri, so I think he's a good character. Sothis I'm going to put right next to Flame. I will say, some of these placements aren't, like, definites. I'd really have to consider it, but I feel like that'd be a kind of boring video, so I'm going to leave it for the most part. Shamir is another A tier. I like her character. I like that she's just a cool warrior that you can trust, who used to be mercenary, like Byleth. Citri. Here's the issue with Citri. She doesn't do much. Byleth's mom, DLC, if you don't know. But she doesn't do anything. You don't even hear her voice. She doesn't talk. I guess it's on brand, I guess. She's alright. I don't really have much of an opinion, kinda. She's just okay. Serves a role in the DLC. Kinda wish there was a moment with her and Byleth, though. But I'll talk about that whenever I actually play the DLC on stream. Sure. Yeah, that'll do. I mean... I care about her more than everyone else here, so. Yeah. This will do. You know. Alright. This is going to be a take. I don't know if this is going to be a take. I don't know how people actually feel. Sothis for me is a S tier character. I think she's really good when she's there. She's like kind of like a really good character for Byleth, because obviously Byleth is silent. So Sothis kind of plays the part of like Byleth's thoughts and feelings and, you know, what she's gonna do and stuff. So she's good. I like her sass in the Smash trailer when she said too many sword fighters are there. I thought that was really funny. So she deserves S in my opinion. Sylvain. Sylvain. Where would I put Sylvain? I think he's a B. Yeah, I think he's a B. He's a playboy, but I think he's charm. There it is again. He's kind of charming, so I kind of like him. You know what? I'm gonna just do that. Yeah. That works. All right, last character. Yuri. Yuri is a yeah, I think Yuri's another S tier. Yuri for me is kind of like Claude in a lot of ways. But he's more like I think Yuri's just been through more shit. I think he's just more calculating, I think, in my opinion. But I think Claude is just more charming than Yuri, personally, which is why I would put him higher, like way higher. But Yuri, I think, is a really, really good character. You know, actually, yeah, I'm putting him there. I think Yuri is a really good... Honestly, I think all the Ashen Wolves, even Balthus, who I know I put way lower, I think all of them are good. I think they all were really, really good characters, and even the way they play their part in the main story is good. I think I'm good, actually. I think every other character is kind of where I would put them and where I would want them. Is there Catherine fans? I don't know if there's Catherine fans. Whatever. Point is, best character in the game is Byleth. Oh god, everyone's gonna hate me. Okay, I'll admit, I have a lot of fucking bias towards Byleth because, yes, I play Smash, but to be fair, I played Three Houses before Byleth was announced for Smash, and here what I'm about to say is probably gonna get me clowned on even more. Byleth was my #1 requested character, not Sora, surprise, surprise. But Byleth was actually my most requested character in Smash Ultimate. That is the reason why because here's the thing with Byleth. Here's how I'm going to justify myself. 1, I like her design even though nobody else does. 2, the reason I like Byleth as much as I do is I actually typically do like silent protagonists that let you kind of put yourself onto them. I actually usually do like those kinds of characters despite nobody else really liking them in JRPGs. Because like I really like Joker, I like Link, I like Byleth. Like I typically usually do actually end up liking those characters, and here's why. The reason I end up liking these kinds of characters, the avatar silent protags that have a little bit of personality but not too much, is because I usually will take, you know, the what they give you, like the personality they do give you, and the backstory and the lore and the story of that character, and then I will usually take that and I will usually kind of give the character a personality, not just based on my personality, but just what I think the character, like, depending on what situation they're in, or like the little bits of personality they do give you, I just kind of expand it and I just put that onto the character and I give them their own character. And the reason I like them is because I'm sure there's plenty of other people that do the exact same thing I do, but probably give the character a different personality, right? So that's why I like Byleth as much as I do. I also love the Sword of the Creator. I think the Sword of the Creator is great. I do like the backstory Byleth has, actually. I think it's kind of interesting. I guess because I've already said plenty of spoilers, I guess I can talk about it. The fact that she is Geralt and Citri's daughter, in my case, since I usually pick female. and that she is half human, half. Well, actually, she's half human, half homunculus, and part god later. And she kind of does. She can live for a really long time, like Rhea can. Spoilers again. But it's like, that's the reason I like her as much as I do. I like the sort of the creator. I do like her design, despite the fact that nobody really does. I do take the personality they do give you, and I do expand it, and I put it onto the character, and that's why I feel as attached. And also because you spend 100% of the game with that character, you see things with that character, even though you might learn something before Byleth learns something, you still kind of mostly experience the game through her. And that I get attached to the Avatar characters typically. I just do. I do like Byleth. I know a lot of people don't, so I'll probably get super clowned on that, and that's whatever. I don't fucking care. Because Byleth is kind of, in a way, gonna probably end up being my channel's mascot anyway, so it really doesn't matter to me. I love her. That's all that matters to me. No matter what other people say, I like the character. And Dorothea, Hilda, probably my favorite waifus you can romance in the game, even though I play female and you can't romance Hilda as a female, as female Byleth. But even then, I saw her fucking support conversations with male Byleth, and I fucking love them, and I love her character, and I love her. So she's up there for me. Dorothea is up there for me as well, and then I'm not going to go through all the characters. You already understand. If you don't understand, like, you can rewind and listen to me talk about the character. Even if it's a character I breezed through, like Cyril, just know there's a reason he's an F, and that's all you need to know. So I'm going to end the video there. If you disagree with me, tell me in the comments, because I'm sure plenty of you do. If you agree with me, that's cool. Tell me why you agree with me, and tell me who your husbando or waifu is. I'm actually kind of interested to see who the most popular may be. To me, tell me why. I don't, no big deal, no harm down. I'm down to listen to people talk about why they like or dislike characters. It's honestly, for me, it's interesting. If you do agree with me, say who you agree with me on and tell me why, because maybe you have your own reason, and maybe you can help me justify why I like certain characters more and hate certain characters. Maybe you can help me justify it more. We'll see. And that's the end of the video. Hit the outro. Goodbye.